Alright, you little tinkers, I'm Toastbloke, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be cracking on with the second episode of my first ever YouTube series where I do my goddamn best to build a dinosaur park that you lot will consider slightly passable in the early access game Prehistoric Kingdom. So yeah, let's get cracking. The plan going forward is for me to just try and build a dinosaur park, like I say, and I think I'm going to be doing that by focusing on maybe an enclosure or an exhibit, whatever you call them, in each episode. So new game, select a location. We've got Spain, United Kingdom, and Costa Rica. Right, sick. Well, I'm from the UK. I'm familiar with that place. Plus, there's a dinosaur called a Baryonyx, which is pretty sick, and that used to live in the United Kingdom. So I feel like it's just so many reasons to pick the UK. Challenge mode, easy, normal. We're going to go normal. I feel like easy is going to be too easy. Hard I'm not ready for. Normal. I consider myself a little bit normal, so let's try that. Looks like we get 2.5 million to start off with to spend. 500 science points, whatever they are, and there's a storm once per year. That worries me. The fact they're letting you know that there's a storm makes me worry what that storm can do. We have some starting animals here as well. I can't tell what they are. Can I change? I don't want to change them. If they're the ones they're giving us, they're the ones I want to do. So let's jump into it. Yeah, we'll go. This is a little bit quiet. Where's Nigel? I don't like this. This is eerie. Where's Big Nige? Is he not going to say anything? Do I just start? Oh my god, that is weird. Where's Nigel? So we just got this big empty field, and I've just got to work me. Well, it's not magic. Whatever it is not magic. Alright. Anyway, let's get cracking. When I was playing about after the tutorial, I got to grips with a few of the tools. Figured a few out. And this one seemed really important. I also realised that it's probably important to push pause because nighttime comes and then you can't see. And that makes things real difficult. I'm glad I've remembered that. So I'm just levelling this off. I don't know why in particular well, I know why. I just don't know where. I'm just doing the whole area. I don't know where I'm going to build yet or what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I say, I'm just doing this as a playthrough. So I'm coming in here blind. I've got zero inspiration. I've got zero ideas. And we're just going to take things as they come, really. I think as well, just because they get in the way, let's get rid of the trees around here. If I've made it nice and flat, I probably don't want trees in the way. And I seem to have flattened out that side more than this side, so I'm guessing I'm building over there. First thing that you needed was a nursery. Animal care? Is it non-animal care? No, because that's the beds, food and enrichment, electricity. Oh, it's in the, right. I'm thinking this is just electrical stuff, but it's the park infrastructure, so that includes all of those things. Right. Modules. Right, we're going to stick with prefabs, right? Particularly for this series. If I end up playing this again in the future and I'm like, I know what I'm doing, I'm great now, then potentially I'll build my own structures. But to get started, my first ever playthrough, prefabs, at least for now. Now, I found this little section down here, which is sick. It gives you some really good control over your items and things that you're using. And one I loved when I found it was angle snap. So what's this? That's the nursery we used before. So should we use a different one? Got to think about the price. 640. Oh, there's not that big a difference. Let's do that. Let's use this. Where's the front side though? I feel like that's the front side, or the front corner side. So we're going to use that. This is huge though. Some doors there. Oh no, that might be the front side. I like that. Right, am I actually on the flat though? I worry with this game. I shouldn't tell you, but when I did the tutorial and I looked back on it, right, my binoculars that I'd put down were flying. They weren't actually on the ground. Completely my fault. But basically, I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm worried now that anything I put down is going to be off the ground. But no, that looks pretty good. I'll take that. That's decent. Why I? We're happy with that. So we've got our nursery in. Do I need to make a path to it? I'm going to go behind there so I can pull this out. Angle snaps going on. And we're going to keep it just straightforward. I also found out, having played the tutorial, which I hadn't realised previously, is that you click aim. Like you click to place the first one, then drag around and click again. I was clicking down and holding and dragging, and that's where I was getting all my problems from. I feel like that's gonna have to be alright. Let's do that up to there. And we'll come up to here, because we're gonna want to come up here, I'm guessing, at some point with our path. I just don't know how far to stick this out. I feel like I've made a rookie error. Yes, now I've gone too wide. Oh my god. Well, it's gonna have to happen. That's what we need. I'm guessing, before we can build our first enclosure, we're gonna need some dinosaurs. So let's click on the nursery and see what happens. Open nursery menu. Takes you to the genetics lab. Yeah. Could it not just say genetics lab? I mean, is there other things in here? Not that I can use right now. Well, happy days. So we've got these 3 dinos. We've got Psittacosaurus, I'm guessing that's a silent P. We've got Protoceratops, and we've got Nacitoceratops. I'm probably going to find out I've said them all wrong. These are not dinosaurs I'm familiar with once again, but I find that extra fascinating about the game. Like, there's dinosaurs. I thought I knew a lot of them. Clearly, there's more than I ever considered. But let's start off. It's the first one in the queue. We're going to go for it. Oh, it's just a wee thing. That's Ari. We're happy with that. And what do I do again to make it? I've got no genetic skins. And I guess we pick what we want. Let's have 1 male, 1 female for starters. Nice and simple. And that's not... Is that because I'm on pause? Yeah, it is. Well, it will unpause. Yeah, it's walking now. That's cute. Oh, it's funny that like the menus pause and things as well. I wouldn't have expected that. But let's get these bad boys, well, bad boy and bad girl made, and then we'll see where we go from there. Because I'm guessing from when I fiddled about with things, when I made the enclosure first and then put dinosaurs in, they were like, didn't like this. This is awful. But as in the tutorial, if you clicked on the dinosaur, you can see what they want. You can see what their needs are, and then build their enclosure around that. So that's the approach I'm going to be taking. But if I click select all and release, where do I want these? These don't feel like a main feature, really. But we're going to stick them at the end of this path. Sorry for the lack of creativity, guys, but we're going to stick them at the end of this path. I'm going to put them on the lower bit because it's flat at the minute. But I want to do, obviously, a little bit more work on the terrain to make sure this is all the same. And we're just going to stick an enclosure straight at the top here. Do I just go for something square as well? Like, do I legit just keep my first enclosure super simple? I mean, I can like decorate it, get it going a bit more once it's in. And we can always experiment with like different shapes, maybe curves and things in the future. When I've got to grips with it a little bit more, I feel like maybe keep things simple at the start. Should get rid of them trees as well. May as well. Oh, it was selected, but it wasn't working. I'm adding my own trees, boys. Don't want your trees. So, enclosure-wise, first place to start, I'm guessing, is with a fence. But this is what I was saying. I need to check what these want. So
now this little fella is a Psittacosaurus.
Nigel! It's Big Nige! He said
Psittacosaurus,
Psittacosaurus, get in.
But its sharp beak and simple jaws are better suited to tough plant material such as nuts or seed. A word of advice though.
I'll take anything.
Be wary of that beak. They're a little nippy.
Oh, a little bit nippy on the Nigel. Oh my god, Nigel's back. I'm so happy to see him. I honestly thought that was it. Like, I thought, oh, they've put him in the tutorial because it's a scenario and then he's gone. So does that happen every time you click on a creature that you add? Does he just have a little bit of patter about the dinosaur? Because that's pretty sick, that. So this is a... Oh, what's it called again? Does it tell you up here? I cannot see. This one's called Dimitri, like. But what's that one's name? Dasher and Dimitri. That's quite cute. And they are Psittacosauruses or something. I can't say to tell you, but it's somewhere along those lines. Anyway, let's figure out what they want. So the welfare's low. The health, sustenance fine. So they're not hungry, they're well kept, but their habitat, this is what I want. And habitat needs. And now I should be able to find it out. So they need 1,500 meters squared. I don't know how you work out that scale. What do they like? They like wetland and coastal. But is there a certain type of wall you need? Well, let's get to it. These seem like small little critters, like, so I think we'll stick to doing a small little wall. And I'm just going to go stone for starters. Is there a way to make this go out from the center? Not like that. It'd be nice if you could, like, place something in. Maybe you can. If you can, and you're watching this and you know, please let us know in the comments. Can I, like, drag a wall out so my center point stays the same so that I can get it perfectly central? Because I don't know if that's a thing on these games. And if not, I might cry. Because now I've kind of got to guess. Right, that's too long. Oh, I want angle snap on as well. Like, come on. Help us out here, game. Like, is that about even? Maybe a little bit less. I just want it fairly central to this path. That's going to do. And I guess we're going to find out the square meterage created by one length of wall. Look at that. Oh my god. You've never seen such a delightful thing in your life, have you? I think that's it. It's done. The enclosure's finished. Perfect. Needs nothing else. Obviously not. Obviously we've got a way to go yet. So, oh, it's good for size. Whoa. We nearly got 1,000 meters on what we need, but that's good. So they can have a really small enclosure. Wow. That seems cruel. This doesn't seem big at all. But you know, what the game says goes. But we're going to stick with this. We're going to be generous, right? And I think, from what I've gathered, the best thing to do is to start working with the terrain. So we're going to jump straight back into the terrain tool. This is my favourite part of the game. I don't know why. You wouldn't think it was. But I like messing about with the terrain. It's quite enjoyable, just moving terrain around. So one of the things I liked was creating a little bit of depth in the enclosure, because that can be like linked into the water and how that's going to go. I'm going to smooth that off a little bit though. I don't want it like too dramatic. And then we might use this just to make sure it's kind of going to create some sort of lower part. You want some nice levels. And I don't feel like you need to be massively neat. Let's raise around the back. Let's create a nice backdrop. Yeah, I don't think you need to be too like neat and tidy with this. I think like nature is not perfect. So I'm taking the approach of, if I want this to look like a fairly natural thing, I'm just going to be wild. Like, look. Ah! Oh, look, it looks great already, man. Look at that. So I want to roughen things up as well. You don't want everything looking perfect. You know, I want some texture and stuff going on in the ground. Alright. It's looking alright. But there's a few bits I don't like this, so that is going to get smoothed off a little bit, just up there. There's nothing wrong with just, you know, tweaking things how you'd like them. It's alright, it's not too bad. We'll smooth off these edges though. Right. Interesting enough. I think we're ready to should you put the water in? Or should I paint first? I'm going to paint first. I said I'm doing the landscape first. So they liked, what did they like? Let's look. It was wetland and coast. We're going to go wetland. I feel like wetland makes sense. So we'll click on this. We've got sand, grass, pebbles, and mud. Alright, so I'm guessing the grass I want to spray about on the grass. But if we're going to get like down to business with the water, I think you're going to have quite a bit of mud around it. You're going to have a bit of the pebbles around the edge of that, maybe in sand. Right, so we're going to just paint this section where we might be putting the water. I'm guessing I'm just getting the water bang in the middle like that, and we'll get that in the middle a bit thicker. We'll get some of the mud around the outside where the dinos might walk. I think that's alright, isn't it? And sand. Yeah, beaches tend to be around. That doesn't look much different to the mud, though. We're still going to keep going around a little bit. I feel like that means I need to add more pebbles in. I think maybe this tool should be down a little bit now I'm on the edges. I feel like it's a bit much. But again, I don't think there's anything wrong with just being a bit messy on these things. Like, I don't think so. I don't think that looks bad. So these raised bits, you can see some nice like little shapes forming. I'm going to go over them. But I'm going to do it with... What should I do it with? None of these really seem like rocky, cliffy things. So maybe I'll do it with a bit of the mud and just... I need to make this smaller. That's too much. Just a few of these where there's like bumps and stuff. I don't know why. I just presume grass might struggle a bit more on them. Maybe it's just because things have walked. It's going to be trees and rocks and all sorts going on here, so I don't expect it to be perfect. I feel like my number one excuse for this is going to be, it doesn't need to be perfect. Just do what you do. Just splat a bit of this over there, splat a bit of that over there, and you're away. So I guess we can add some. What's this grass like? Is it the same? Oh no, it's slightly different. Oh, living for that. Oh, now it's ruined the edge there, but tough. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm liking this slightly different grass. It's a nice shade of green. So should we do the whole thing in that? At least feel like I should be going around it. Maybe gone a bit too over the top. Like maybe I should have just used the normal grass, or at least painted all the grass on first. Because now I feel like I've got to go in through all these and just get it ticking, get it looking right. I think we're calling that there. We're saying that's enough with the landscaping. Let's try the water out, because we'll want to adjust things, I'd imagine, once the water's in. Are these going to drown? What the hell? The water seems to screw everything up. It really does, doesn't it? Let's smooth this off. I mean, maybe it's because I've not made things in the best way. I mean, it's made a proper shelf there. I didn't want a shelf. I'm disappointed with how that water tool worked there. That's not what I was expecting at all. Wow. It's really kind of just messed everything up for us. Am I going to have to get... Is the water gone under here now? It has, hasn't it? Yeah. I'm thinking, where's the water going? It seems to be shrinking and not disappearing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with this water. I'm really struggling with it. I thought the water was going to be the easy bit. Maybe for everybody else in the world it is. But you know... I need to work out if size is making that a problem or if depth's making that a problem. So... Oh, that's no water. So let's just... Well, that's not a big size and not a big depth, and it's still causing this huge issue. Right, I'm just going to have to fix it up. We're just going to get the water in. Maybe in the future, I want to consider putting water in earlier. And, wow, anytime you adjust things, like, it really screws up the terrain. Is that because it's early access and that's actually issues, or am I just not very sensible? Have I got a few screws loose, and as a result I'm doing weird stuff that I shouldn't be doing? Anyway, it's close enough now. It's close enough. I don't think the water looks special. I feel like I want a little bit more grass in here now that that's all happened. Yeah, that'll do. Let's get busy with some rocks and trees and whatever. Maybe I think I should put rocks in first so I can see where I want my trees. Are they under modular pieces, if I remember? Yeah, rocks and sticks. Fantastic. The thing that blew my mind with this game is the fact that you can resize these. That's going on the land. Is there a way... Oh, hang on. There's the controls. Left shift. Lets me change height. Right, that's the one I want. So I feel like the enclosure looks a bit naff because, you know, there's just a little wall. Doesn't look great. But there's not much I feel like I can do in regards to that at the minute. Like this is how I'm rolling. How do you resize again? I thought it was like a resize one. That one there. Oh, but you go left and right with the mouse. And then you've got your rotate. Oh, I don't want angle snap on. Not for this. I want some creative freedom. So yeah. Again, apparently just using the same rock over and over again most of the times. Your best bet in this. So that's what I'm going to do. Going to have the time of my life. Using the same few rocks over and over again. I want that to kind of come out into the water a little bit. Just a little bit of interest there. And we'll get a different rock in around the back. Yeah, it's alright. I just want something in the water, just around the edge, so it's not like just plain. And I think having some bits and bobs sticking out of the water just, you know, just make things a bit more interesting. Because there would be rocks around the water, right? Yeah, IRL? Yeah, of course there would be. Whoa, that's a big boy, like. Oh! And I'm too far zoomed in for something that big. I shrink that down. Maybe it's not that big because of how I'm playing. And zooming things. It just appears big. That's what she said, am I right? I should probably behave and not say things like that. Whoa. Did one disappear? Or am I making things up? Probably making things up. Oh, you got cute. Yeah, I'm zooming in every time I can just go down. I'm forgetting that these forgetting that these controls exist. Let's resize a little bit. I haven't spun anything in a while. Let's spin that there and lower it down slightly. I keep pushing control instead of shift. Not wise. It's not the fanciest rocks, but there's some rocks. Should put some little dicky ones knocking about. Dicky? Diddy. I think I mean Diddy. Dicky ones? What's that? And I believe this snaps things to the... Yeah, look at that. Oh, get in. No, lower. No, that's rotate. I can't remember the keys. We should have probably some in the foreground as well, shouldn't we? Let's scratch that one I'm currently doing. I don't want to block the view though. But let's get a little bit of rock life going on in the foreground as well. This will just be teeny diddy rock life. I don't want a lot of rock life. I do like this one. It looks a bit more like I don't know. To me, it looks like these rocks have fallen from somewhere into a pile on the floor, and everybody just loves a pile of fallen rocks. That'll do. Now we'll do the diddy ones, and we'll just dot some around the place, I think. Just to feel, I don't know, it feels a little bit more authentic to me. It's probably not. I'm really worried that some like actual good builders and good players of this game somehow stumble across this video and are like, what is this kid doing? Like, play a different game, son. I normally do, but I wanted to start off with a series that felt chill. It was meant to feel chill. I feel like it's actually just stressful. Alright, let's do that. We're going to call it there with the rockery for now, right? And yeah, let's get on with some trees. Hopefully that will fill things out and make things look a little bit more professional. Sticking in wetland, it's already there. Well, this is good. These things going around. What? I don't want the reeds. I don't want a big size. I want to be in control. Do the density a little bit bigger. So can I just... Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. We're there. We're smashing it. This is amazing. Oh, I'll take that. I'm happy with that. Should we get some over here? No, they'd stay near the water. We'll get something different for... We'll add some other plants. I like that you can select a few at the same time. we'll get some of these plants up here. Just these bits feel a bit empty now. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? I don't feel like I want too much in the foreground because the whole point in this is that the people can see. Oh, I didn't realise there was more. Oh, these are nice and colourful. Let's add those colourful ones in with these and we'll see what happens across the front. Because we do need something across the front, right? I don't know if this is how these would actually grow, but I mean, I'm liking this. I'm thinking that looks alright. So that's it for those kind of plants. Again, it's willy-nilly, but yeah, it feels natural to me. Feels like nature with the willy-nilliness. And now I'm going to want some bigger trees. They seem to be up here. Well, hang on. Try some. Put these bushes in. I think we did. Let's get some of these thick boys. And I'm guessing I want these. Whoa, they're really thick boys. Whoa, I was not expecting that. And I'm guessing these are going to stop people seeing in as well to the enclosure from the other side. I just feel like they're a bit bigger than I thought they were going to be. So we don't want to do too many of these. Hang on, I'm supposed to be checking what these dinos want as well, and I've not looked in about the last 15 minutes potentially. Why are they so big as well? Can you undo the tree? I bet you can't. I don't even want to try. Oh, they just seem all a bit too big. I need smaller trees. Why are the trees huge? Is that just the wetland type of tree? Is this tree huge? No, see they're what I'm looking for. Look at that's more like what I wanted. Right, let's get tree removal. Get rid of these ones at the back. It's just, oh, I don't mind them being at the very back, but when they're on, oh, there we go. So it'll remove the tree that you select. That's really cool. But I'm doing it like this, so I'm probably just going to remove things I don't want to remove. Can't remove the ones I want to remove, so I mean, there we go. Yeah, I feel like I don't mind those on that left side so much because it like creates a bit of a, I don't know, it's quite cool. I feel like these are a bit too much in the way. Can you go? Will you go, please? Do I need to change this to make sure it works? That's better. Oh, a few like scantily clad ones like that ain't too bad. Yeah, they're alright. Now, I think that looks alright for my first ever enclosure. That's pretty good, right? Problem is, I've not been checking it over the dinosaurs, so... Oh, they're happy with the plant biomes. Way too much water's right. Way too much forest, though. So we're going to have to cut back with the tree tool. So these mustn't like forest at all. They must just hate forests. Oh, we're going to have to get rid of the big boys. I'm going to get rid of the big boys. I'm going to put in the little ones. Get them little trees back in. What a mess. Alright. Because that looks crap now. Oh, you make it all look pretty, game goes. Soz, mate. What do you think you're doing? Right, now forest was the issue. I'm just going to those fairly small ones. And I'm just going to start running them in where I'd like them. Right, forest's apparently good now. But I think that looks naff. Everything feels really empty. Hang on. I've not even considered. They're going to need somewhere to sleep in that, aren't they? Oh my god. I'm too busy thinking about landscaping. Right. This is why I'm an absolute noob at this game. What's going to be the best way to do that? I think the best way to do that is to ruin my lovely sculpting. Just ruin it all. Wow, there's a lot you got to consider when you're making these that I did not consider. If I got something else selected, I have. No wonder I can't delete this. Alright, there we go. Go on, get going, get going. Because they're going to need somewhere to sleep, and if there's too much forest, I feel like maybe this area over here, where the rocks are, behind the rocks, might be a nice place to kind of try and place something that they're going to be happy to sleep in. So I do need some sort of flat area, I'm guessing. Still have that bit mound at the back. There's a way through the water there, there's a way around the water there. And I want to just level that out further. Alright, I think we're on it. I think we're nearly done. I'm getting to a point now where I feel like I'm going to be able to sort this out. Anyway, they love the environment. They love the enclosure. I think it looks awful, but they love it. And that's the main thing. I feel like to keep things simple because I really don't know what I'm doing. We're just going to use something like this for now. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, it's already got stuff in it. That's sick. But wait a minute, can I change what woods there are? Oh, that's nice. That's a really cool feature. But now I'm spoiled for choice and I don't know what I want. The hell? I quite like that one, to be fair. And that looks interesting to me. Quite like that green. So I need that to be on flat land. Yeah, I want to say that's alright. It's hidden away there. It would be nice to maybe pop some trees behind it. I guess we get the feeders. I'm going to put a feeder, like, should put them near the front of that, but are they snapping on top of the plants? Oh my god. I kind of want the feeders somewhere where they're going to be in a place where when they come and feed, people can see them, so we'll put one there. Pretty sure Nigel said these were herbivores, so I'm going to put 2 feeders in. I want to flatten that off a little bit more for that reason. I feel like I need one just over here somewhere. Smooth that off. There we go. Looking dandy. I mean, I think we've rescued it. I think we've rescued it enough. I don't think this is going to be the world's greatest habitat that you'll see in the game or on the internet, but I feel like we've rescued it enough for it to be passable, which was the aim. So, yeah, passable park. Here I come. Maybe it's not passable. Maybe you guys out there going, passable, he says. Low standards for him then. Right, I want to do that and put it down. Because every time I'm smoothing it off, I think it's making it wonky donkey again. And I'll put one there. Alright, they're not necessarily positioned nicely. Let's check the dinosaurs' happiness. Oh, look at this. They're loving it. I'm chuffed. Housing, 100%. They're happy with the housing. Right, where do I go to see everything? Social. Enrichment, that's what we want. I think that's the last thing I need to consider, unless I'm totally forgetting about something. I think we'll pop a termite mound in. We'll pop it there. And should we give them ice as well? Or we're being too nice by giving them ice. There. Yeah, things are spread about nicely enough for them to use the enclosure. What I've done is what I've done. And for my first ever custom enclosure from the start, I'm happy. I'm just really not happy with the paths. Is it best not to put the paths right up to the enclosure? I'm getting a feeling that it's best not to. I'm going to start this end. I know I'm undoing everything I've just done. But that's going to roughly put that across there. I was wanting to run this central. I don't know where central is though. I'm going to work out central from here. This might be a bit easier to guess. Oh wait. You can snap it to there. Or is that what I put down earlier? Who cares? It looks good to me either way. Let's get this. No, maybe it's not. Maybe that is off the game. It just doesn't seem right. But we're going with it. We're going to run with it. And then I kind of want to just make sure that's filled in. And then, yeah. I don't like this straight path either. Especially since it's not for people who like just a visit in the park. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run that way just for now, right? And I'm debating doing something like, because they'll be walking that way, so a path that comes off that way, do I want the angle snap off, is not going to encourage them. And how do you do C for curved? That shouldn't encourage them to come this way, right? Oh, it's not going to curve. I thought I'd better just curve it right up to the front. Well, let's curve it to there. And then curve off. Angle snap back on. Can I snap that? Oh, that's lined up lovely. Oh, I'll take that. I'm happy with that. I don't know if proud's the word. But look at that. Right, we're going to push play. We're going to see what happens in my first ever park. With my first ever enclosure. And my first ever 2 dinos. And let's see what they're doing. They aren't drowning, are they? No, they're out. They're out. So there. Where's the other one? There's only. I can only see one. Oh my god. I need to touch that up. What is that floating for? Oh, is that going to flatten that out to put that down? Right. We'll touch that up. We can't be having that. I'm not considering this finished yet. Till that's done. Let's make this real small. And just bring it out from there, I'm guessing. That's not intense enough, maybe. Is that done? Yeah, that's it. There we go. That's fixed it. Yeah, I feel like everything looks alright. I quite like that being there. You can see it from here. There's the rocks. Hey, I'll gun for that. For my first park build. First enclosure. We've stumbled across a design which works well enough. I'm happy with that. Have we got any guests yet? Our first guests! Oh my god, it's so bland. You just walk in, it's just a big path up to one enclosure. So I guess, maybe in the next episode, in episode 3, I'll start working on filling in this area at the entrance, making it a little bit more interesting, maybe getting some guest facilities in. But I just felt it was important to start off by having an attraction, because what's the point in these people showing up if there's nothing to look at? Anyway guys, I'm going to call that there. We've got our first enclosure in my first ever park, and it is a Psittacosaurus pen. I've never heard of one before, but they seem happy. They seem to like small spaces and very few forests. But I'm happy with that. I know it's not the most aesthetically pleasing thing you've ever seen or the best build that there will be in the game. In fact, it's probably one of the worst ones. But this is where I'm at. I'm new to the game, and it's going to be a learning curve, but I really do appreciate you watching, especially if you've made it this far. If you have, please do like the video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you'll be one of the first to know when the next video in this series drops. But yeah, thank you so much. I'll catch you later, lads and lasses. Cheerio.